Hey, I'm John Greaves III, and I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life, and this is a first impressions review of the Normatec Go from Hyperice. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to help me hit my goal of 50,000 subscribers, and let's jump into it. So it's the last night of my deload week, and I've basically been lounging around all day except for a quick mile run and a very basic lifting session this morning. In fact, most of this week has been focused on recovery because I've been doing a lot more running in my training lately, and as I mentioned in a recent YouTube Shorts video, that's causing me a lot of tightness in my calves and Achilles tendons. It's not only uncomfortable, but it's also causing my squat depth to suffer. So I figured it's time to do something about it before it leads to injury or affects my squat depth any further. So the main tool that I've been using to address my calf tightness, along with dedicated mobility work, is my new Normatec Go. As you can see, each Normatec Go comes as a pair of air compression wearables with this rechargeable Bluetooth-enabled push-button unit on both legs, and then it also comes with a dual-port wall charger that connects these two USB-C chargers that come with this unit. Now, once you download the Hyperice app from your app store, it only takes a few minutes to connect it to the Normatec Go, and you're all set. Let's talk pros and cons. I like that I'm able to walk around while wearing these. I'm not stuck in one spot. Although I have noticed the best results when I'm sitting down with my feet elevated. It is, after all, a deep tissue massage, so it's best if you're relaxed while using the Normatec Go. I did find that if I use these in a sitting position on the highest setting with my feet on the ground, that I experienced a similar pins and needles feeling as if I sat too long, but I had zero negative effects from wearing while doing the dishes or making breakfast. I also like how compact this is. It's TSA approved and it fits easily in the back pocket of my backpack. So it will be easy to take with me on a plane. And in fact, some of the reviews at hyperice.com mention that people who suffer from leg swelling caused by edema report relief from using the Normatec Go on the airplane. So if that's something that you struggle with, this may be something to look into, especially since this is health savings account eligible. Now, the Normatec Go is one size fits all, and I like how strong the hook and loop Velcro is. Once I put it on, it doesn't feel like as if there's any danger of it coming off, even if the cycle ends while I'm still walking around. And I wasn't sure how I would feel about needing to download that Hyperice app I mentioned. My wife always makes fun of me for not wanting to add yet another thing to my phone that'll want to send me notifications, but I just don't like having constant notifications bombarding me. So adding yet another app didn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. That being said, you can always change the notification settings, although it is a good idea to enable the automatic updates for the app to make sure you keep your phone and your data secure. So it turns out the app is a convenient way to control the device, and it synchronizes both control units of the Normatec Go. So both of these will start and stop the massage cycle at the same time. Now, I use this device on the highest setting, and it honestly felt great, except for when, as I mentioned, I use it in a seated position with my feet on the floor. That did not feel good at all. And by the way, you probably could, but I don't recommend using this while driving for reasons that should be obvious. The default setting is 15 minutes, but I like that I was able to extend the session out to as far as 35 minutes, and it just kept cycling through the massage zones from my Achilles to my mid-calf and up to just below my knee. Final thing I like about it is it's easy to clean. No matter how clean you are when you use this or any other product that wraps around your body for an extended period of time, you're eventually going to have to clean it, especially if you take advantage of the option to add multiple profiles to the device so other family members can use it. So even if you're fresh out of the shower, you're going to need to clean it. And with this, all you need to do is wipe it down with a clean damp cloth and let it air dry, and you're good to go. I've used other wearables in the past that were not as easy to clean, so this is definitely an upgrade. You guys can hear how the Velcro is strong. One other thing about this that I really like is the fact that it is health savings account eligible. So if it's the end of the year and you've got a little bit of extra money sitting around in your health savings account that you're going to have to spend anyway or else you'll lose it, then you might want to look into grabbing something like this because you can spend those funds on it without any tax penalties. So that's a nice bonus right there. Okay, before we start talking about cons, help me out and hit that like button for me, and please share the video with somebody if you think this content is worth watching. Alright, let's go over some cons because nothing's perfect. The first dislike I have is you can't use these right out of the box. At least you're not supposed to. You're supposed to charge them up for 4 hours prior to the first use, which is important because once the battery life on these degrades, there's not an option to simply replace the battery or just the control unit, meaning you'd have to buy a whole new unit. And I personally like to put that off for as long as possible. So I don't like that, and I don't like that they don't have the option to purchase replacement control units. Another thing I don't like is not having a storage solution come with it. So unless you want to keep it in the box, which I don't, you don't have a way to store it. I prefer if they included a storage bag or a case with this, so I'm not just laying it down randomly, but it didn't. Hyperice.com does have a Normatec carry case and a Normatec backpack, each of which retail for $150. But the Normatec carry case is for that bulky Normatec 2 and Normatec 3, so it's a little bit bigger than I need for the Normatec Go. And the Normatec backpack just seems redundant since I already have a backpack that I use to carry my meals and other stuff in when I'm not at home. For something like this, a simple compact storage case that I could slide under my bed or put on the shelf here in the gym when I'm not using it would be ideal, and I would love it if it came with a case. I could probably come up with a DIY solution or something from Harbor Freight, but as I said, it'd have been nice if the Normatec Go had come with something to store it in already besides the box. Last thing I'd like to see is an option for targeted heat with this, but that seems to only be available through the Hyperice X line and then also the various Venom wearables, and I'll probably be exploring those in the near future, but I would have liked to be able to have some heat with this. At the beginning of this video, I said this was a first impressions review, so as usual, I'm going to continue to use these, put them through their paces, and then I'll report back in 30 days to let you guys know what my final verdict is. But for now, in my opinion, this is a very user-friendly, portable option that seems to do exactly what it says it'll do, and sometimes that's enough. If you'd like to grab one of these Normatec units for yourself or as a gift for someone else, all you have to do is click that shopping button in the bottom corner of this video and you can check it out for yourself. And make sure that you are here every single Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the Garage Gym Life podcast live stream. Yes, live stream, because I interview experts across every field that affects home gym culture, from equipment manufacturers to coaches. And we not only talk about what I think is important, but we also take questions from everyone in the live chat so we can help you get better and achieve your fitness goals right there at home in the best gym in town.